Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Good morning. So this is going to be a rant. I suggest that you turn this off if you're not, if you're easily offended by things like language, opinion, and religion or government. Yeah, you might want to turn it off. Bye bye. Okay. So a long time ago, back in the year 2012, I was in the beginning phases of trying to decide what was right for me, what I should be believing in, and yeah, that sort of thing. So, because I had recently dropped a lifelong tradition of holding religious values and beliefs. And so, when I did that, which was, by the way, the most liberating experience of my life, thus to that point, up to that point. So yeah, after doing that, I had to discover what I really did want to believe. And so in 2012, when Ron Paul was a Republican candidate, um, I was a internet activist, you could say, an avid one, in trying to spread awareness to what we thought were sheeple or zombies or how whatever childish name you wanted to tag on the people that we thought were unaware. Um, so anyway, so back then was an interesting time. It gave me an avenue to voice very strong convictions and opinions that I have about politics and that I still hold. Um, but Ron Paul just happened to be, a lot of people seem to think that he's unique in his ideas. I hate to tell you, but I'm sorry, no, he's not. Actually, freedom in his eyes was actually something that I had believed all my life, and I'm not the first person, not even by a long shot. The idea of freedom has been around for millions of years. It's not anything new. It just happens to be new for us people who are, for those of you who, well, just put it this way, for anybody that didn't think that it was okay to question authority, then it became okay. So, um, and question your own thoughts for that matter. So anyway, it gave me a really good avenue back then. The political movement that was going on, the Lovevolution, if you want to call it that, or um, the freedom movement. It was also about the same time as Occupy went on in New York, if that was even a real thing. Um, yeah. So anyway, you saw me doing a lot of political activism, talking about a lot of conspiracies, talking about the Illuminati and how the entire and the 99 versus the 1%. Yeah, all that good stuff. While that all holds true, and I'll get to this in a second, there is a negative truth and a positive truth to life as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, this is all my opinion, and if you don't like it, turn it off. Don't bitch to me about how, oh, you're fucking wrong. Yeah, we'll get to that, believe me. Don't worry. So anyway, during that time, what I discovered about the time of the Republican National Convention, it was about that time that I did an article on how it was probably a bad idea to try and sell freedom to people who were new to awareness, self-awareness, and that sort of thing. Probably a bad idea to try and sell it to them through the avenue of saying you're doing it wrong, or calling them names, or being abusive. Um, Basically, we all had the concept, and still do. A lot of us still do have the concept that it's okay to tell other people how to live. Um, when that actually flies in the face of what freedom is, as far as I'm concerned. So now my perception is attuned to your way's your way, my way's my way. And that's the reason why we have this flag that is yellow, and well, most of the time I see it, it's yellow, has a big snake on it, it's curled up, and it says, "Don't tread on me." Maybe you've seen it. Um, but yeah, it just became very apparent and obvious to me that um, a lot of these people who were supposed to be in love with the idea of freedom were doing it and selling it and portraying themselves as someone who is more like a priest or a rabbi or a reverend or someone else of authority in a church. because I'm pretty sure I can go to a lot of churches around here on any given Sunday and hear about how I can save myself from myself if I just adhere to a little bit of judgment, who I just adhere to some, stuff like condemnation, guilt, separation, anything that would. I'm just a fucking sinner because I live in this body that's called flesh, and the flesh is evil, and we're not supposed to like this body. We're supposed to resist it because it's of the devil. It's the devil. So yeah, that is basically the premise of this entire video. The lesson that I learned back then is one that I still see going on when it comes to political activists. It's not something that I agree with. It's not something that I want to be a part of. So I decided back then, along with a couple other people that separated themselves, that we didn't want to be a part of calling people names and the childish bullshit that was going on fucking lengthy political debates, talking about, oh, your way is right, or my way is right, your way is wrong, you're doing it wrong because you don't do this, you don't take up our cause, therefore you're fucking wrong, and you're just a part of the problem, and you're not a part of the solution, and all this other shit. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing that every genre of religious belief and cult, whatever you want to call it, it's the same goddamn message they all have. And in each one of these genres, you'll find a percentage of people that understand that love is really the basis of life. And that if you're a part of a religious sect or a religious faith, then your duty is supposed to be to love one another, not stand in judgment because you don't have that right. But yet we all feel like, for some reason, that it's okay to do that. That's not my perception anymore. It's really not. If you have your life, I have mine. Let's not confuse the two, okay? So, anyway, yeah, any given point, you can go to almost any church and hear on Sunday morning about how you can save yourself in the name of these shackles and chains that are called bondage. You can get bondage in a variety of forms. It comes in physical, spiritual, mental, relational, you name it. You can find bondage wherever the fuck you want to look for it, as long as you're looking for it. You can also find freedom in the very same way. And I'm sorry for those of you who disagree, but there is this physical law that says that negativity and positivity exist together, and you cannot have one without the other. Damn it. I'm sorry. But there is this thing called negative truth, and then there is this thing called positive truth, and they both exist. It just depends on which side you decide to focus on. So if all you're looking for is negativity, then that's all you're going to find. And if let's say, for example, someone comes along and says they want to start focusing on the positivity, and that's all they seem to find. And let's say that someone, oh my God, started to look at the government in a positive way while being aware of the negative. What if you found positive things that can come with GMOs? Ouch. What if you could find things that are positive about chemtrails? What if you could find positive in life if that's all you really want to look for? And it's okay to do. And it's okay to be different. And it's okay to like who you are as you are without adhering to everyone else's opinions. I wonder if that's a new concept. I'm pretty sure that just because there are millions of people who don't agree with you, I'm pretty sure that their way is their way and your way is your way. And it probably would be a good idea to see differences as something more along the lines of, I'm different than the tree out there because it's made of the same stuff I'm made of, just takes on a different form. And I'm pretty sure that all the stuff in this room made out of the same stuff I'm made of, you know, same stuff, just takes on a different form. But you know what? My computer doesn't pass judgment on me because it doesn't give two shits what I do, even if I'm abusing it. I'm pretty sure that the concrete outside doesn't give a damn whether I go outside and take a dump on it or not. Okay? It's just substance. I have never heard my walls call me fat, lazy, fag, nigger, uh, ugly, skinny, short, fat, anything. Never heard an inanimate object call me a name. Yet I am different from each of them. Imagine that. So I think that it might be possible that human beings are the ones that define different. The word different. I'm pretty sure, yep, that we are the ones that determine what different means to each of us. I'm also certain that I get to live my life how I see fit. You can ask anybody in my family and they will tell you. There's plenty of them on my Facebook. You can go look them up and ask them, has Diana always been this way? Has she always done things her way? Has she always put up a middle finger to authority? Yes, I have. Have I always told my parents, they'll say one thing and I'll turn around and do something else? Yes, I stayed in trouble a lot when I was a kid. Sure did. Do some people see it as being rebellious and childish? Yes, they do. Do I give a shit? No, I don't. I don't see it that way. I don't see it as being rebellious at all. I see it as I pay my bills, I earn my money, and therefore I get to say what the fuck I do. Has it always been that way? No, it hasn't. Have I always lived this free? No, I haven't. But I haven't always listened to authority either. I've always questioned authority. It's not a new concept. I'm not the first one to do it. I'm not the only one doing it. And I just happen to take issue with someone trying to tell me that my way is wrong. My way is my way. It will always be my way. Your way is your way. And that's perfectly fine. If you conduct your life in a manner that consists of political activism and telling other people that they're wrong and continuing to see the negativity in life, then that's your business. I am not one to tell you that you're wrong. I am not one to sit and try and condemn you or try and invalidate your beliefs because they don't suit mine. That's not my right. We don't have rights like that as people. There's nobody on this planet that has a right to tell another human being that they're doing it wrong. Not one of us. And even in that statement is hypocritical. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Perfectly fine with that. But I mean, yeah, to me, it's wrong to tell other people it's wrong. And if you want to think that that's hypocritical, well, then you go right ahead. Because I guess I can promise you, if you didn't have hypocritical in you, you wouldn't be able to recognize it in me. Think about that one. The very things that offend you, the reason why they offend you is because you're part of those things. If you weren't part of those things, you would not be able to recognize them in other people. There's probably something on this planet or in existence of man or in the universe somewhere that I'm not aware of. I can't see it. Therefore, I can't call it a name. I can't have a judgment on it. Now, can I? So if you don't know what judgment or differences are, then you can't call them out in other people. Yeah. So if you're offended by my use of language, then there is a reason for that. Seek that answer in yourself. Don't point a finger at me. I warned you at the beginning of the video. Take some accountability. When everybody's pointing their fingers at all these, policies and government, all this other crap. Where's the human accountability? Where is it? Where's our accountability? But that's a different video. So, if you think my way is wrong, and you don't agree with me, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'll do it my way. Thanks. I don't need your permission. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube.